Hello everyone, my name is Fafa and welcome to my creative cooking channel, Ndudu by Fafa.
Today on the menu is this Middle Eastern salad, which is made out of a mixture of herbs and Bulgar wheat known as tabbouleh. And I'm going to show you how I make it with my secret ingredients. That's why it brings that whole to the yard. You know what I mean?
Tabbouleh.
So to start off, I've got my fresh mint. I've got some onion flowers. You can use your spring onions, not a problem. Bunch of parsley. I've got my chopped tomatoes and onions, and of course I'm going to be adding my own little twist. The reason why I get that when everybody tastes my tabbouleh. Right, now I'm using a mixture of Bulgar wheat and quinoa for this recipe. Absolutely. Traditionally, it's only Bulgar wheat that is used for it. But of course, I'm making a very healthy option. I mean, then again, tabbouleh is healthy. So to a saucepan that I have put some water to the boil, I'm just going to add my mixture, my Bulgar wheat and quinoa mixture to it. Just when it starts to boil, I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm adding my salt to taste, and I'm just going to leave it, and that residual heat will cook everything through. So it will just soak it in beautifully. You know what I mean? Yes. Now I'm going to move on to the salad. So I've got my raw onions that I have finely chopped, as you can see here. Now, what I tend to do is to add my lemon juice to it, because lemon also has this acidity that sort of cooks things like your fish and everything, but just so. And that would also reduce the sharpness of the onions, because that's what I want. I don't want it to overpower it. It's supposed to, enhance the natural flavors of what's going on here. So the best way to get the juice out of your lemon is to massage your lemon before you squeeze the juice. It makes it easier. And I'm using one whole lemon juice for this mixture, because with tabbouleh, it has this tangy flavor that just works perfectly. So you've got a lot of flavors going through, and they're fresh, and it's just a refreshing salad. It's definitely a must try. Now, talking about the tanginess, my next ingredient is sumac. Now, sumac, it's a berry that has this tangy flavor that adds this extra flavor to your tabbouleh. And my next secret ingredient is the pomegranate molasses. What the pomegranate molasses is pomegranate juice that has actually been cooked and reduced into a thicker consistency. So yes, it has this sweetness but also slight tanginess, and that just works perfectly, balances the whole sharpness of this dish. Yes, as I always say, it's not any other food, it's Ndudu by Fafa. This is how I like it, yes. So mixing everything together till it's well combined, as I always say. You know what I mean? Yes. Now, of course, what I'm going to do is add some freshly milled black peppercorns to taste. Yes, of course, you need that. If you don't have that and you've got white peppercorns, you can use a little bit. Yeah, it would, it's not the same, but yeah, if you can use the black peppercorns, great. So once I've done that, I'm going to mix everything together till it's well combined. Now, my next ingredient that I'm going to be adding will be my onion flowers. Now, I got this from the local Sri Lankan shop that's next to me. Yes, but equally, you can use your spring onions for it. So you see, you've got this onion thing going through. So I have sort of cooked the raw onions in that lemon juice before, and now I've got this beautiful onion flowers, which is subtle, but still gives that oniony flavor. It's all about enhancing the natural flavors of the dish now today. And then the next thing I'm going to add is my chopped parsley, finely chopped, of course. And yeah, I love parsley. I mean, parsley actually has a higher vitamin C content than orange. So yes, it's something that you should include in your dish. So this is like a nutrient-packed and dense dish. And especially if you want to eat healthily, this is a recipe you need to try. And then we've got the good old mint, fresh mint that I've also chopped, and I'm going to be adding that to the mixture. You see, now because I do suffer IBS, something like mint just helps a lot. It settles my tummy, so you know that you're getting all the nutrients from your quinoa, you're getting that from the bulgur wheat, you get your lemon, you're getting that whole parsley, vitamin C. Now you've got the mint that I think is perfectly chopped right now, and I'm going to add it to my mixture. So you see, you've got the tanginess and refreshing flavor just coming through. Now, Zidane, this is not any other food. This is Ndudu by Fafa. Now, if this is your first time of watching this channel, I hope I have given you the reason to click the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet, and the notification button, which means that each time I do upload a video, you are notified of it and you do not miss a thing. So I have mixed everything together till it's well combined, and now I'm adding my chopped tomatoes, which is just going to give it that juiciness and that beautiful sweet flavor. It's best to use your sun-ripened tomatoes. That's just like nice, juicy, and yes, it just works perfectly. Because remember, you just want to get that when anybody tastes your tabbouleh. You know what I mean? Again. Anyway, so now that I've mixed this, it's almost done. And you would think, yeah, this is it. But all the flavors that I've got in here are one that are refreshing and a little bit aromatic. But now I'm going to add that earthiness as well to it. So I'm going to be using cumin seeds. So this is my third secret ingredient. And I think it makes this dish incredible. So I'm adding 1 teaspoonful of my cumin powder, which would add that earthiness to the dish. Because of course, as I mentioned earlier, it's refreshing and you've got that earthiness and it's subtle as well. That just works well. I mean, then again, you can omit all of this, but if you want that, then you try this recipe. Now you do need a good glug of olive oil. Yes, and I do love my olive oil without a doubt. And of course, I'm using my extra virgin olive oil here. So I've just drizzled it with a little bit and I've just mixed everything till it's well combined. Now my quinoa plus bulgur wheat has soaked perfectly and it just looks nice and fluffy. Now, as I said, traditionally, this recipe, one would use bulgur wheat, so you can just stick to your bulgur wheat. But this is what I had available, and of course I had to use it because, as I always say or mention, I do not like any waste. So of course I improvised, and then you end up with, your superfood. Oh, no, no, ninko. Okay, nakano sani no. You see, who improvise here, not just say, oh, great recipe now, oh, cool. It's just thinking outside the box, and I think this is just a great thing to have as a packed lunch. Now you notice that I've omitted salt here, and the reason is because when I did boil by bulgur wheat and quinoa mixture, I did include salt, and I have got the juice of the lemon in here as well, so that works perfectly for me. But you can include more to suit your personal preference. So here we have our pièce de résistance. Look at this herby goodness. Look at this nutritional beauty, I just say. Flavors no room. It's tangy, it's got that slight earthiness, and you're biting into each morsel of goodness. Oh, no, no, ninko. Now, during the week, I did fry some halloumi, and I included that, and it was just incredible. Now, when I made this recipe, I served it with some grilled lamb chops. Yes, and I have done some grilled lamb chops recipe, but I am going to show you the way I grilled mine this time round, which I'd say was flavor packed. Oh, no, no, ninko. Yes. So yeah, I also served this dish with some freshly made watermelon juices, which were infused with some incredible flavors. Now that's a recipe coming up. Definitely a must try. Healthy dishes, yes, in Ndudu by Fafa.
My favorite. This is one of my favorite dishes.
I hope you are inspired to try this recipe, and you will understand why it's one of my favorite dishes. And when I have everybody in the yard going, put a Jonah because she did it, but was it? I don't know. You're correct. You see, I think about every ingredient and what it's supposed to do. And my previous video, I did actually talk about, you know, the best Sunday roast, and it was a beef roast. That's also incredible and flavor packed. It's definitely a must try. You've got the weekend coming up, so you better watch that video as well and just get the ingredients and emulate. You know what I mean? This is what this whole channel is about. I cannot wait to bring you more exciting recipes. So my notification gang can get back as me means when you say me love you guys plenty. Recipe say buy what potential for talanku, you know what I mean? Anyway, naturally I believe in the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog Ndudu by Fafa.blogspot.com, so do check it out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Snapchat as Ndudu by Fafa, so do pass by and say hi. Until next time, take care of you, be nice, be beautiful, and be your gorgeous soul, because you know what? I love you for you, you amazing person. Toodles.